Hey, you just caught me in the middle of editing another Great Racer Cinema Productions video.
A year has passed since the disappearance of several Mac fans on YouTube. And these fans sadly missed out on MARCHintosh. Thankfully, other Mac fans on YouTube like 65 Scribe, Crazy Ken, and AM, this does not compute, which I do enjoy all of their AM videos, by the way, are still around. But these guys, not so much. These guys withered away and disappeared. Like people disappearing when Thanos did the Thanos snap. Nobody knows what happened to these guys, and, well, I certainly don't know for sure. Whatever happened to them, who knows? As I sit on my chair wondering where these guys could have been, I am thankful that I was introduced to several new Mac fans like yesteryear's Mac games, and of course Action Retro, which is a great YouTube channel that specializes in vintage Macs. Go check it out if you have the chance. It's really good. Great for Mac fans, great for anyone. Yeah. These guys sadly didn't celebrate MARCHintosh, and, well, that's sad. MARCHintosh was fit for Jason's Macintosh Museum, but sadly, it is. But I'm here to fill the gap. I'm here to do some detective work. Let's investigate what might have happened.
Wait, what's this? It says, for you, and one that for you. Man, I gotta take a look what this is. Alright, let's read. Dear cast iron bandits, you and your wonderful toys are about to go kablooey. The Riddler sent me into this universe, and with Batman gone, it will be easier for us to capture Gotham City. Ha 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 ha. You'll never make it past the Riddler's gauntlet of games. Have fun with your pitiful life and your untimely demise. Spoiler alert. You won't survive, and you will be seeing the pearly gates, just like that news lady that I poisoned with my Joker gas. Signed, Jack Nicholson Joker. Firstly, how did he end up in this dimension? This is another version of the Joker that is basically in another dimension as not supposed to be in our dimension. This raises a lot of questions, and it's worrying. The Riddler must have access to one of those dimensional gate thingamajiggies. Who's going to be knowledgeable enough to know about, dimensional gates? Hey! Over here! Huh? Who said that? I'm right here! Bruce Wayne got me to, babysit you while he's on vacation, remember? Oh yeah, I remember that. So, you don't happen to know a lot about dimensional travel, do you, Robin? Well, of course I do. I know a lot about dimensional travel and how many versions of Batman and the Joker there are. See, look. This right here is a dimensional transport that's I made. It looks like a USB zip drive, but its purpose is different, per se. it basically transports other versions of certain characters, like for example the Burtonverse Batman, you know, the Batman from the Tim Burton universe, and it could even go as far as that, because it could even transport different versions of Iron Man, and can even transport people from the dimension of the Loud House if you wanted to. Yeah, it's got a lot of uses. And that dimensional transport, of course, only works with this iMac G3 Indigo. That's, well, Bruce Wayne got me. Well, actually, it used to be owned by the Gotham school district, but it's now mine. It's pretty colorful. Yeah, no, it's not Graphite, but it looks better than Graphite. It's a very good looking computer. I see, so that's how the Joker, well, in the Burtonverse, ended up here. So how did the Riddler get access to one of those dimensional doohickeys, Robin? I'm gonna guess that the Riddler stole one of my prototypes. And he basically sent out any version of any character in any universe. Yeah. So you might have to watch out for the Dark Knight trilogy Scarecrow, because he likes to manipulate dimensional travel. We must stop him. If he keeps doing this, then, well, Gotham will be in a peril. And I know you're the only one who can help. Well, you do have a point there, Robin, and like you said, you could basically send in other versions of Batman in the same universe. We can send in, like, any versions of Batman in this universe. Anything's possible. And we can have a whole army of Batman from different universes. Just imagine seeing the Michael Keaton Batman alongside Adam West Batman. I know it would be confusing, but it would be pretty cool. Anything's possible with this dimensional doohickey that you got. Yeah, like you said, it's gonna be a problem for Gotham City since, well, the Riddler can manipulate dimensional travel. And we must stop him at all costs. I do agree with you there, but it's MARCHintosh, and I still have to make a video about a computer using the classic Mac OS, and, well, your computer just fits the job pretty well, because it uses a Mac OS 9, it doesn't use Mac OS 10. Alright, I got some business to attend, Robin. I'll be back. Action. Well, hello again. Well, aside from Bat Month, you want to know what month it also is? Well, I'll give you a hint. It's MARCHintosh! Yeah, that's right, it's MARCHintosh again, and of course, I have something really special I gotta show you. One of my first 2 Macs that I ever got. the iMac G3 350 MHz slot loading Indigo. This model of a iMac was introduced in July 19th, 2000 and discontinued in February 22nd, 2001. It is part of the low-end slot loading iMacs of the second generation. Yeah, do expect me to do a separate video on the another one of the slot loading iMacs in the future. Yeah, this is one of the ones that doesn't have the FireWire ports. Alright, before I tell you all my story, here's a bit of history. In 1997, Apple was about to go bankrupt. Michael Spindler, of course, had a whole mess of Apple computers. But if you watched 65 Scribes videos, you probably already know that already, but might as well repeat it here, since this does tie into the iMac's history. In 1996, Gil Amelio, of course, became the CEO of Apple, and, well, this was after Michael Spindler was fired. Well, actually, I think he left Apple. He wasn't fired, but left Apple. Gil Amelio became the CEO of Apple, and of course was very confident on saving Apple, and one of his strategies was to lower the product lines and make it easier. So yeah, no more identical performas with different naming conventions like performa something something CD. Yeah, just performa 6300 and 6400 thereafter. Yeah, so Gil Amelio did a good job on that, but Apple still had like a lot of product lines to go. In 1997, Steve Jobs became the CEO of Apple. Yeah, and of course, this is when Steve Jobs did a strategy to save a sinking ship. Steve Jobs simplified the product line even further to include only 4 computers. The G3 desktop, the G3 mini tower, the G3 all-in-one for educational channels only, and the PowerBook G3. Yeah, 4 product lines. So what's the question here? Well, what was missing from the product line? Oh, right, a consumer Mac. And this is where the iMac comes in. Yeah, I still have my Bondi Blue iMac, or Bondi Blue iMac, however you want to pronounce it, and, well, I'll tell you the story about that in a bit. Yeah, so in 1998, the iMac G3 was announced, and, of course, when it was released, it resurrected the dying company of Apple. Even though Apple was, even though Steve Jobs was saving Apple before the iMac came out, it was the iMac G3 that helped shape the image of Apple as we know it today. Without Steve Jobs, Apple still wouldn't exist, and that, my friend, is a tale that's worth telling. So, I'm not sure what kind of revision my iMac G3 is. It could be either revision A or revision B. Yeah, so I was gonna do a video of the iMac G3 since it's the original iMac, but I still don't have a Mac OS X Classic Mode disc. I still gotta get on that. So I decided to bring out my 350 megahertz Indigo iMac. Yeah, no, it's not Graphite, but it looks prettier. It looks better than the Graphite in my opinion. Both of my slot loading iMacs are Indigo. Yeah. So, a bit of story of my first two Macs. I got my iMac G3 at a flea market for only $10. And it came with a keyboard and a mouse. $10. Can you believe that? For a Bondi Blue iMac nonetheless. And so it began my obsession towards Macs, and of course I went to see if there were any other Macs. Yeah, I saw this Indigo iMac that was inside a computer surplus store, and I picked it up. It was being sold for only $20, and it didn't come with a keyboard. It only came with a mouse and a power cord. $20. That is a steal for one of these slot loading iMacs, considering how much they go for in today's world. Yeah, can you believe that? And of course, the slot loading iMac that I have, the Indigo one, still has Mac OS 9 on it. That's why I wanted to do a video on that one. And it was owned by at one time by a Sobeys employee. It was used in a grocery store. Yeah, that is a very good story about it. Well, not as good as my Power Mac G4 that I found that used to be used by CVC, but still a pretty good story nonetheless. And I couldn't believe how much I spent on these computers. This is very good. With inflation going on and stuff, it's nearly impossible to find a good deal on a vintage Macs nowadays, which is unfortunate. Alright, so might as well take you through what this computer has to offer. Alright, so let's go take a look at what ports this computer has to offer. This being one of the low-end slot loading iMacs has, well, it has two USB 1 ports, an Ethernet port, a modem port, and a audio in and audio out. Yeah, that's it. There's no FireWire ports on there because it's a lower end machine. And it also has one of these. So why am I talking about it here? Well, it's because this is where you unscrew it and add in more RAM. You can pretty much add in more RAM here and well, you'll have a faster Mac. Yeah. Just don't be like those people in the Zoolander that got an orange iMac and threw it off vantage points and couldn't get that thing off, and well, it was really bad what happened to that iMac. Yeah, they threw it off a balcony. They threw it off a vantage point, and all the people in the crowd were shocked. Spoiler alert, by the way. You've probably seen Zoolander before. Yeah, so that's all the ports and tidbits there, and it also has a one of these, an adjustable bar that still has the plastic on it. Yeah, the previous owner didn't bother taking that off. Yeah, the whole point is that you can adjust it, and well, you can adjust the viewing angle, which was pretty cool, but it threw the computer's balance off a bit because it was heavier. Yeah, it's a very heavy computer. Ugh. It's very heavy, believe me. If you got this thing back then, you would have been like dragging it down, and you would have had sore arms. Alright, let's hook it up and play some games. Or a game. Alright, so we got the Indigo iMac slot loading hooked up and ready to go. Yeah, it's a really nice computer. Yeah, we got the, the Apple acrylic mouse, which is way better than the puck mouse. And that's a fact, by the way. And the Acrylic Pro keyboard, which would have come with this computer when it was shipped new, even though it was designed to work with the PowerMac G4. It actually came with my other Indigo iMac, the FireWire one, but I still wanted to hook it up there because it's a really good keyboard. Yeah, it's really nice to type on. It's not the best, but it's pretty good. Yeah, the speakers are dead silent. It's because the speakers had seen better days, but they still work though. Alright, so here we go. Zoom in. Here we go. There's the good old Shadow Mask CRT. Yeah, it's a Shadow Mask. Adjust it there, and there we go. We're ready to go. Runs Mac OS 9. This is why I chose this computer. Because, well, MARCHintosh has a requirement for you to use the classic Mac OS. And you can't really use like a Mac OS 10. Yeah, there's the wallpaper. It's a flower. It's been a while since I used this computer. So yeah, bear with me. Alright, so about this computer. Yeah, it's 80 megabytes, 64 megabytes of RAM, and 28 megabytes left in the hard drive. Yeah, I mean 27.8 megabytes left on the hard drive. And let's go at the Apple System Profiler, and well, let's see what kind of model it is. Alright, wait a bit. There we go. Yeah, I was right. It was a it's an Indigo. It uses a 350 megahertz PowerPC G3 processor. Alright, so doesn't have much for storage compared to the PowerMac G4. In my opinion, the PowerMac G4 is definitely the best choice for playing classic Mac games, one of them. That's why I like to use it a lot. Alright, so the first game we're going to take a look at is Wonderland. Yeah, remember this game? Yeah, the tray loading a disk drive sometimes had problems of, well, pieces coming off. The slot loading one is pretty well, it's not the best either. Because with my other Indigo iMac, the the drive is pretty much dead there, and I'm trying to find a replacement. Alright, so there's the installer. This requires a jump cut. Alright, so I was gonna play Wonderland, since I never played it before, but it gives me an error when I try to start it. Look. See, look, not enough memory to run Macromedia Player. Yeah, it kinda sucks that I can't play this game, but oh well. Let's eject it. See, look. this is one of the problems with the slot loading iMacs. Sometimes the disks get stuck in the drive, as seen in a 65 scribes slot loading iMac model. Slot loading iMac video. So, what game are we to play now? Well, I know the answer to that question. The first ever Mac game that I got. Warcraft, Orcs and Humans. Yeah, this is the first ever Mac game that I ever got. And I got it pretty cheap, too. Alright, let's get the battle going. I'll select the package and install it. This requires another jump cut. Alright, so we got the game installed and we're ready to go. Yeah, let's relive the glory of Warcraft. Question is, will it work? Yeah, we got past that screen and we're all ready to go.
In the age of chaos, two factions battled for dominance. The kingdom of Azeroth was a prosperous one. The humans who dwelled there turned the land into a burden.
Yeah, there's the intro.
The Knights of Stormwind and the clerics of Norsha Abbey roamed far and wide,
Yeah, it
serving
works.
the king's people with honor and justice. The well-trained armies of the king maintained a lasting peace
Yeah, there's
for
the
many generations.
story of
Then
Warcraft.
came the Orcish hordes.
The kingdom of Azeroth is being invaded by the Orcish horde. But you probably already know that by now, since, well, it's been told in a lot of times in World of Warcraft. Yeah, it does do the cutscenes pretty well. Skip that. Start a new game. Single player game. Let's do the Orc campaign this time.
Black Cat has assigned you to an outpost in the swamps of sorrow. Your task
Here's the crazy thing.
that even the war chief feels that you are capable of it. Construct at least 6 spawns.
Even though in the game you play as the orcs and try to win against the humans, and you play as the humans and try to win against the orcs. In the actual Warcraft canon, it's the orcs that win. Yeah, it's crazy that the villains win. Hence why Warcraft 2 Tied to Darkness, the humans had to form an alliance with the other creatures like elves and dwarves to fight against the ever-growing Orcish horde. Alright, so yeah, the objective is pretty simple. Alright. Let's see. Let's build a farm. Whoops, we can't build there. There's no road there. Yeah, in this game you need to build structures near roads, which kind of sucks. But hey, what are you to do about it? In Warcraft 2, they removed this limitation of you building buildings anywhere, which is pretty cool. Alright, so we're building a farm. Next thing is to build a barracks. Not enough gold. Mine more gold. Alright, let's see if there's a gold mine. There's a gold mine there. And what are we to do about it? Well, you basically go in there and harvest well, not mine gold. Yeah, you can either harvest lumber or mine gold. The more gold you have, the more successes you have at building more buildings and, well, training more troops. Yeah, gold is a vital resource in this game. How much gold does it take to train one of them? Yeah, you do need patience. Yeah, this is a basic mission. This is basically an introduction to get you started. Yeah, build farms and a barracks and you're all set. Not much else to say, so let's move on. Alright, so I do plan on playing the game even further. But for now, let's eject it. Alright, so the next program we're going to take a look at, because, well, it's superhero related. It's not really Batman related, but it is superhero related, is X-Men. The interactive CD-ROM, where you can look at comics. Yeah, Snap X-Men. Alright. Yeah, this was pretty cool back then because, well, this was before the days of web comics and all that. So, for a lot of people, being able to see comics on your computer was a pretty cool thing. Nowadays, it's pretty commonplace because we have PDFs and all that. Alright, let's go take a look at X-Men. Alright, there's the yeah, and you can view it in a web page. There's the good old internet. Yeah, this is what the internet used to look like. Alright, let's see what kind of comic to look at. Well, let's take a look at this one. Unable to load. Yeah, issue 94. Acrobat Reader 4.0. Let's say open it in Acrobat Reader 4.0 and see what we get. Yeah, remember this? Remember this old version of the Acrobat Reader 4.0? It's taking some time to load, but it's like going back for the old days of well, of comics on computers. Alright, so let's say go take a look at this again. It says on the back of the case that Wolverine and a few other X-Men did make their debut in giant-sized X-Men. Alright. See what kind of a issue it is again. Here we go again with the internet. Alright, this is a issue 1. Yeah, it gives us the error again. Alright, let's try again. Yeah, it crashed again. Alright, so I found out the hard way that if you try to open up HTML pages in Acrobat Reader, it crashes the computer. Yeah, don't do that. Don't be like me and try to run it through Acrobat Reader. Yeah, that's a lesson to learn in this video. Yeah, and you do need an internet, browser for you to look at these comics. I think you do need an internet connection as well. I don't have this computer hooked up to the internet, because I do plan on gaming with it. I don't need the internet to play classic Mac games. Aside from, well, transferring files, but that's, well, the gist. Alright, let's at least take a look at the extras. Because this is something that will work. I hope it works. Here we go. There's a GIF. Yeah, it works. Didn't crash the system. Oh, and you can also look at BIOS. Which is pretty cool. Yeah, we're using Internet Explorer 5 Macintosh Edition. Which is the minimum system requirements. We can't look at that either because, well, it didn't load. But hey, at least we can look at GIFs or pics of something. Alright, let's take a look at this one. Yeah, without an internet connection, there's not much you can do with this software, which is unfortunate. And you need to use Classilla for it. Yeah, there's character bios. I'll be taking a look at this this program in detail if I get one of my old Macs to run on the internet. So yeah, I'll let you know how that goes. But for now, let's shut it down. So yeah, there's it. Alright, so that's the Indigo iMac G3 slot loading from a July 19th, 2000. And well, I forgot to mention that all the models of the slot loading iMac have a no fan, so they run quietly aside from the hard drive. Yeah, they run quietly for the most part. So I hope you really enjoyed this video, and if you do, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to my channel and all that jazz, and I'll see you all later. I'll be doing some detective work on how Jack Nicholson Joker got into this dimension, especially with this threatening letter. Man, he is really evil, ain't he? See ya! Here's some bonus stuff. Let's see if the zip drive works. Yeah, it's making that noise. It doesn't show up on the computer, but the light does flash green. Oh man, his password's protected and can't be accessed. Yeah. A lot of these zip drives, of course, don't really work. There we go. Yeah, I don't have much luck with older zip drives. Because, well, a lot of people don't. They're notorious for breaking. Yeah, I was really hopeful that it worked, but I don't think it did. So there.